How much are you paying? Are you paying your VAs, and what determines how you select what country they come from?
So I pay between 3 to 15 an hour, depending on the roles that we need filled. Like 15 an hour is obviously like a team lead and someone who's really, really competent. And I can like, hey, this is what needs to be done. I want it to look like this. And then I can check in with them at the end of the week and they're like, here's my progress. And then they can come to me. I ran into this problem. I tried solving it these 3 different ways. I don't know what to do next. And then we can have an actual constructive conversation about how to move that ball forward, right? But like for a cold caller, I'm between 4 and 6. For a leads manager, I'm at like 7 to 9. And then for like team leads and people who I think need to think more, we're above that. And then country-wise, I think on the, let's just say people in the West, I think are really good at phone stuff. People in the East are good for administrative things. Just because if I'm looking for a sales rep, I want someone who's very well versed with American culture and sarcasm, because a lot of the sellers we talk to are assholes, and like they make some sarcastic jokes or something else, and then someone doesn't pick up on it. And so we hire, Jamaica, Costa Rica, Belize, Colombia, Mexico, Nicaragua, really anything down there. Like we have job ads up, always looking for people. And we'll still hire people in the Philippines for phone work stuff, but they have to sound amazing and they have to get American culture. At a point in time in Call Magicians, we had trivia games every day on pop culture so people could be up to date.
Great idea. Yeah. And I put a link to his company. So if you want to learn a little bit more, it's virtualhub.io.
Stratton, did you ever have any issues where now, because we're in a different time zone, but you want them to kind of work our 9 to 5, or do you kind of just give them the assignment and it gets done overnight and then you pick it up in the morning?
Nobody works overnight in any of my companies. Everybody works on the American work week. So like everybody generally starts between 8 and 9, and everybody will finish around 8 or 9 p.m. just depending on what's going on.
And then are you giving them like time off and stuff? Is it like the same like holidays, that you have in the US? You observe those holidays?
They get US time off. We do PTO for some people. And for any like team manager roles, they're all salaried. Okay. Only people who are hourly is like cold callers and administrative people.
Okay.
But when it's like someone who just needs to work and get jobs done, it's a lot more salary, because I ran into a point to where it's like, well, you aren't working as much as you say you are, but they think they're working as much as they say they are. So snip it in the bud early, put them on salary, like, hey, here's the job that needs to be done. I don't care how much you work, just get it done. And it's a lot easier.
Are you using like anything like Time Doctor, Hubstaff?
Hubstaff.
It's required for everyone?
Yeah, Hubstaff is required for everybody. If somebody says they don't want Hubstaff, really besides our team managers aren't on Hubstaff, but if I message them in the day and I don't hear back within 15 minutes, then we have an issue.
All right. Yeah, we just started using Hubstaff for our team, and it's amazing like how much transparency you get on what they're working on, their efficiency. It was just more for like workforce management. You see if one person is like being really, really efficient and they're like overworked, and then you have another person not being as efficient, then we can start moving some of the way. And we already started seeing value out of it.
And it's really helpful for payroll, right? Because like there is no discrepancies, because we just take it down to the Hubstaff dollar, and that's what
Do you expect them to have minimum efficiency percentage or not really?
With a cold caller, you shouldn't have a minimum efficiency percentage, but there should be no idle time.
Got it. Yeah. Because they're not using their mouse and keyboard that much. They're just constantly calling.
And then what's other red flags? At a point in time, you got to check for like clickers because like everybody knows they're on Hubstaff.
Right.
They'll just download an app on their laptop or computer. That is an app that'll show like they're clicking, but then they aren't doing anything. We ran into that. Okay. We ran into people working 2 jobs at the same time. Well, the clicker thing has been an issue, but the way you find that out, especially if you guys are hiring on cold callers, is you 100% just want to check the like dialer metrics. Right. Those get pretty blatant. You could be like, hey, we're here. It says you're working this many hours, but you only have X amount of leads over X amount of time. And if anybody ever gets caught lying on Hubstaff, they automatically forfeit their pay, and we have documents that they sign at the beginning.
Wow. Yeah. We look at their like efficiency, and then we also have like they get like the system takes 3 screenshots every 10 minutes. So if you notice like they've been on the same screen for 10 minutes, so like, hey, wait a minute, what's going on? But so far we haven't noticed any issues, but it's been very interesting. I thought we were going to get some pushback from the team, but none of that happened. So it's been really good so far for us. We have our marketing and CS team on that.
And what else do we use them for social media. We use them for cold calling. We use them for sales. We use them for our marketing. We use them for operations. And every single role, if it can be done, we have someone in another country doing it.
Question, if you're using them for social media, do you have to have some kind of overlap, or are you reviewing it prior to posting just because of the language barrier?
No.
That's a great question.
I went through a lot of editors to make it so that wasn't the case. But that was the big thing, is I went through a ton of editors to make sure like, hey, is the English right and everything else. And sometimes it'll slip up and they'll miss something, but then we just take it down, fix it, and then we post it. I generally do not review. My team will review and then just post it. But at this point, I've been using my same girl on social media for like 3 years, and so I trust her a lot, and she knows what I'm trying to do.
Then how do you, sorry, I'm taking up the whole meeting. I'm very curious.
That's cool.
Yeah, so how do you select the content? Are you picking a content on, say, wholesaling, and then they writing it out and putting it on there, or what's the process?
So my process is I'll have, let's say I'm like, hey, Sharad, I need this Zoom call because I want it for social media. Sharad's team will send over me the link to the Zoom call, and then my team will pull it, cut it up, edit it, use ChatGPT to come up with the captions, and then post it on my social media. And then like any podcasts that I do, we cut it up. Any speaking engagements that I do, they cut it up, and it's that same process. And that's how everything works. And at this point, I really am like big on using AI to kind of eliminate a lot of the nonsense. Like, hey, just use ChatGPT to come up with a good title. That's what I'm gonna do anyways.
Right.
And then same thing, we're getting our email stuff going, and I use ChatGPT to help us write a 365-day email sequence. And then our team will just publish all that, but it wrote all the headlines, and then I had to edit some. But that for our social side, I have our people really lean into AI.
And so that means most of your content is just short videos, not like a stagnant picture post.
Yeah, I don't do a lot of stagnant picture posts. If I'm gonna do a stagnant picture post, that'll be me. And this will go to like all in like Facebook marketing and everything else. Like my stagnant picture posts are for Facebook, a little bit more of Instagram. I don't know if you know a dude named Sean Whalen. He does a lot of that, to where he'll post like a picture of him and his wife. They don't have a paragraph underneath. Or like on Facebook, I'll do the same thing. Or if we're gonna go try and raise money on Facebook, you'll see me start to post every day on Facebook talking about something. Or if I want to like release a new product, I'll start talking on Facebook every day about something. And that's only words, but that's all me.